We'll do it live.
Okay. Well, no.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Run through a motherfucker face.
All right. How you is, kids? What it was? Uh-oh, coffee stains working their way back in. I use the fucking baking powder, soda, fucking rock salt, broken glass shit. Nothing does it. Stained by tetracycline as a kid. I've told this story, man. It's true. I had fucking asthma. I used to have to get shots in both arms for like 2 years. And one of the side effects of tetracycline, it makes your teeth gray. So I got that going for me. However, my taint, sparkling. Yuck.
I want all of you to
enjoy
your cake. So, enjoy.
Anyways, that's for the fan who told me after the show she hates my sound drops. Thought I'd torture her. Real quick, guys. Free speech is under attack. That's why I do this show, to speak truth to power. I think it's more important now than ever before. The show is almost entirely funded by you fans, and I can't thank you enough for that. Please take a moment and contribute today to help keep us going. Just go to nickdip.com, click on the red text at the top of the page. Again, thank you guys so much for keeping us alive. It really is. It's a necessity today. What with, it's not creeping socialism anymore or Marxism. It's here. It's here. I'm sorry, man. Anyhow, real quick, All-Star game. I got to hand it to the Major League Baseball last night. The game was a crushing bore itself, but they did what they could, with miking up players, and I usually hate that. I feel like they're distracting the players, but the players volunteer for it. They like it, but it makes me nuts. They're like, how many hits did you have against it? The guys at the plate. But last night was cool. You heard the catchers and pitchers communicate with each other, and even at one point, John Smoltz told a pitcher what to throw, which I think would have been, but that shit was pretty good. And the stuff leading up to it, they're actually pretty creative. But the game was, except for 2 home runs, and they were back to back. Who went friggin' deep? Oh, Giancarlo Stanton. Fuck, it's the Yankees here, man. He tied it up, or he put him. I can't remember. He tied up, and then Buxton for the Twins. This guy Buxton, who I didn't even really know. That's the other thing I liked about the game. I saw these players that I'm not familiar with in the National League. And I couldn't believe, I didn't know Schwarber had 29 home runs. We had Schwarber last year, the Red Sox, 2 years ago. I don't understand why you don't hold on to I know it's money. But I'm just saying, I learned a lot about the National League and how they can't beat the American League in an All-Star game. That's the 9th one in a row. And it's now it's 19 out of 25 the American League has won some shit. Dallas, I don't know if you know this question. They don't do that thing now that whatever team wins gets home field, right? In the World Series.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
They still do that?
For the All-Star.
Well, they didn't mention it once last night. That's why I was wondering if they even do it anymore. I don't think they should. I think it's an exhibition. But anyways, listening to the guys fucking around and shit, that was pretty cool, I gotta admit. It usually annoys me. Anyways, what doesn't? As that everybody says that knows me. Anyways, let's get on with this. Did you see that charade headline? Send the squad car. What a charade. What an example of the media working hand in hand with these fake politicians on the left. Multiple members of Congress, including reps, Ilhan Omar, Democrat, fucking Nigeria, and Alma Adams, Democrat, North Carolina. Look at these fucking idiots. Were arrested by Capitol Police Tuesday afternoon outside the Supreme Court building during an abortion rights protest. Hey, get over your pussies, ladies. I've been saying it for the last 50. Get the fuck over it. I know the world revolves around your pussy. I'll admit that much. But it doesn't belong in the Constitution. Never did. Shouldn't have been there in the first place. You can argue me till I'm blue in my clitoris. I don't want to fucking hear it, okay? Adams' staff confirmed her arrest in a tweet from her official account. Omar's office confirmed her arrest to WCCO. I always think of Colin Quinn's line in the cab, Middle Eastern driver. I had that on. He goes, "It's the best of female circumcisions on the radio." Yeah, so she was arrested. What a useless, ungrateful piece of fucking human garbage she is. And again, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. Nobody voted for that whore or a bunch of other people. Capitol Police warned demonstrators that they would be taking action. It is against the law to block traffic, so officers are going to give our standard 3 warnings before they start making arrests, and then we're going to throw fake handcuffs on them. Capitol Police. Look how they treat these fucks as opposed to people from the right that would, even if those were right-wing senators, they'd be bashing them over the head. Check out AOC doing her fucking impression of somebody getting arrested. Look, she doesn't have cuffs on. She's pretending to have look. You know.
My vagina's angry.
You don't have one.
It's pissed off.
It's a Velveeta dripping speed bag is what it is, to quote a great Kenny Rogers.
And if you're trying to sell the idea that you're handcuffed, probably don't do the power
This
symbol.
is, what does this say? This is the irony here, folks. So you don't miss it. This is about abortion rights. They're saying women's rights they're being oppressed to women. She's so oppressed, she has to fake having handcuffs on for blocking traffic. That if you or I did, we would have had handcuffs. And she whines about being oppressed herself. Again, she fucking grew up in Westchester County, New York, which is a rich county, okay? Acts like she's from the fucking went to BU. Wow, what a sign of a country that keeps women down. And she's dumb as a bat. You're right on that part. You got screwed at BU. Capitol Police later tweeted they arrested 34 people total, including 16 members of Congress. Once again, they're out there working hard for you people. Video from the scene showed Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez being led away by police with her arms crossed behind her back, though no handcuffs were visible. There was fake dogs, police dogs, and they squirted her with imaginary hoses. A tweet from local Michigan outlet Bridge Detroit reporter Malachi Barrett said that Ocasio-Cortez's fellow left-wing squad member, Rep. Rashida Unfuckable Tlaib from Michigan, was also arrested. Fox News reached out to the office of Ocasio-Cortez and Tlaib, and only Tlaib responded.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
That's from her office. Nobody voted for those pigs, and it's why I don't even know if I'm voting this year. I know you get all pissed at me. You got a nick. I feel like I'm being played like a violin, like I did last year. If they decide not to try to steal this one, which I don't think they can. You can't go back to back, can you? You got to wait at least one. This will be worse than a red wave. It's going to be. It has to be. That's not enough. Voting these jerk-offs out. It has to be put out like a cigarette. The left. It has to be extinguished. Am I saying kill? I don't believe in that shit. Come on, you know. But they have to be extinguished. Liberalism, whatever you want to call it, Marxism, it has to be put the fuck out. I think it might be too late, because I was watching the news, and the people pouring in. This country is being destroyed intentionally. Anybody that tells you otherwise, you got your head in the Rio Grande. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's move on. Oh, more noose nonsense. The CIA, I bet you there's been more news stories now than there were back in the 40s and 30s when real news stories were happening. The CIA director, William J. Burns, issued a warning to the agency's workforce last week after what appeared to be a noose. What was it, in a potato chip bag shaped like to be a noose was found outside a secret facility used by the agency in Virginia to hang minorities. What? I didn't, huh? No. What does that mean? A secret facility used by the agency in Virginia, according to the people familiar with them. That sounds kind of creepy. Yes.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson. Danger.
In the message, Mr. Burns said that racism, oh, here we go, and racist symbols would not be tolerated in the agency. What, the FBI they're talking about, right? Are we talking about the FBI? No, I'm serious. I forgot. Yeah? CIA. I'm sorry. I confused my crooked agencies. Yeah. That won't be tolerated. Really?
As if it ever was.
That's what I'm saying. You sound so silly saying that. Just want to say, will not be tolerated in the agency. Well, maybe once in a while. Because there's some real assholes out there who are minorities. Questions surround the incident. The object was found. The object. Was it a fucking rope or not? Was it a cord? What do you mean the object? Was it a frisbee? Somebody trying to hang himself with a Nerf football? What are you talking about? The object, a croissant, was found near a small agency facility located in a building that houses Mr. and Mrs. Clinton. No, businesses and other organizations. Some people briefed on the incident said it was not entirely clear what the object. Why am I talking about it? Why are we talking about it? It's either a noose or it isn't. Do you see how they jerk you off, folks? Well, I just picture 40 people looking at let's say a piece of rope, but it's just laying on the ground. It's not even tied. Well, that could be a noose. Entirely clear that the object was even meant to be a noose. But yet it makes national headlines because that's the country we live in. Anything to imply that this country is racist and anti-whatever. Meanwhile, more black and brown people are pouring in over the border at such a race. And by the time it gets here, though, it's going to be the third world dump like they just came from. And I'll be gone, thank Christ. But they'll bang a Yui, I hope. Well, that's racist. No, it isn't actually. 8th grade education, none of them. Anyways, meant to be, or whoever placed it there knew that the CIA secretly operated the building. Now, come on.
These blacks. Who knows where they're going to take the wrong way?
Who knows? I'll tell you who knows. The CIA, the press. The incident did not occur at the CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia. What was it, a fucking men's room in Dairy Queen? Which is closely guarded. The people familiar with the incident would not identify the location of the secret facility where the object was found. Why not? We're getting no answers on this. They could have said, they might as well have said they hanged somebody.
Just meant to stir the pot.
That's all. That's all. No details. It might not even, it never even happened. I could sit down and do that. Hey, a thing was found, shaped like a thing. Near a thing, a secret thing that a secret coat hanger was found. We think it was a coat hanger. There was a dead baby on it. Leave that in, it was beautiful. People, too soon. People interviewed for this article spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss internal CIA communications and ongoing events. Yeah, I know. I like this. Unknown sources. Oh my God, folks, we're being played like a violin. The CIA, and this is the CIA, that's what creeps me out. The CIA does not currently have evidence suggesting that an agency employee left the. You don't have any evidence of anything. Or that a foreign intelligence service was involved.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black.
Still, the object was disturbing enough. Oh my God. Could have been a breadstick at the Olive Garden. Still disturbing enough that an agency official reported it. I wonder what color that agent was. Prompting the investigation and Mr. Burns' note. And here's the stern note we got from Mr. Burns. This guy doesn't play. CIA has zero tolerance for actions or symbols of hatred and treats any such incidents with utmost seriousness unless it's a Trump fan. And Susan Miller, a spokeswoman for the agency who declined to comment further on Mr. Burns' message, she said, boy, I wonder where I bet you this is going to be original. Our values and our vital national security mission demand that we uphold nothing less than the highest standards of inclusiveness and safety. Again, except when it comes to Trump supporters. For that, you can be thrown in jail for over a year without even being charged for walking around the Capitol. Remember that. You are a piece of garbage. I mean that with no due respect. Good night, everybody, and good luck. The CIA has been working to diversify in recent years. Oh, have they ever? Because that's what's important, folks. Not whether you can do the job, what you look like. During the Obama administration, John O'Brien, then the director, made public. You know who he looks like? Brennan. He's the guy, right? He used to run the CIA. Every time I see his face, this is so. He looks like that guy that comes out of the bathroom on a plane, the business guy who just dropped a mustard bomb in there. That's what I pick every time I see him. Made a public a company diversity report and stepped up recruiting at historically black colleges and universities in an attempt to bring the country down. I just said it, so me. Gina Haspel, the director during the Trump administration, started an advertising campaign meant to help diversify the agency. They're doing anything they can to weaken this country. I fucking put my money on it.
You have no idea how to defend a nation.
Last year, Fox News and other conservative. They're so conservative, they don't talk about the election being stolen. Remember? On the election night, they had Arizona winning it before it was even done counting. That's what the left thinks is conservative news. You guys don't know what conservative is, man. There's a lot of things you can't say on Fox. I found that out doing many gut bell shows. I was left on the cutting room floor. People are like, were you on that show? I go, I thought I was. Last year, Fox News and other conservative news outlets began attacking the agency for what they called its woke recruiting videos. I'm going to show you this. We played it before on the show. You've all seen it by now. It's the recruitment film that they put out. It's so woke, it looks like an SNL. Well, the SNL would even do this because it's too, they believe all this shit. But it looks like a parody. They have become a parody of itself. What remember this?
I'm a woman of color. I am a mom. I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
I used to struggle with imposter syndrome. At 36, I refuse to internalize misguided patriarchal ideas of what a woman can or should be.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Like I'm supposed to apologize for the space I occupy rather than intoxicate people with my efforts.
Pause. You intoxicate people with your yeast infection IQ of a doorknob. Shut your People who really... Do you understand it's just the opposite? Women of color... People go out of their way not to offend them, and it's been like that for about 30. Full of Go ahead. I can't take it.
Brilliance.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
But my existence is not a box-checking exercise. I am a walking declaration. A woman whose inflection does not rise at the end of her sentences. I am unapologetically me. I want you to be unapologetically you.
Okay, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You couldn't carry a man's notebook.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
There you go. All due respect. Yuck. Yuck. I know, all the women I know, they don't want a female cop coming to help them in an emergency situation. They don't want a firefighter climbing up a ladder. You're an obese woman, fucking 300 pounds on the 8th floor during a fire. You want a big Irish guy with a veiny nose to carry down? Or fucking Cindy, fucking weighs 108 pounds soaking wet. She did 3 push-ups. So they threw a helmet on her. Your mother's. Same thing, but a CIA. I can't take it no more. Well, you're a Neanderthal. Go fuck yourself. Just look at the country. Look at the country. Anyways, I got a letter from a former viewer. Thought I'd share with you. We should call this the segment, Fans Aren't Always Right. And it reads like this. It's from Suzanne. And it says, as someone who agrees with Nick regarding the abhorrent Democrats and their liberal agenda, I realize and thought that when Nick steps over the line, there's your first mistake. As you know, there is no line. I stress that on this show, so you don't watch me all the time. There is no line, just one in your imaginary head. It is his, she says, when I step over the line, it's his love for democracy and America. You got that right. However, his video of religious Jews singing rap using horrible language is beyond the pale.
You didn't make that video.
That's what I'm saying. She makes that guy start. I'll read the rest of it. Anti-Semitism has the following trajectory: verbal abuse, physical abuse, and road to annihilation. That's the same trajectory of a bad marriage, by the way. Seriously, I can name 8 things with that trajectory. In case Nick has missed it, Jew hating is volcanic these days. No. By the far left, the people I hate, maybe. Don't know whether he would have had the Pope singing this way, but I won't be listening any longer. Oh, Suzanne, come back. I love you so much. You come back to me. You really, first of all, it's a compliment. She thinks like I'm religious enough. I would never have the Pope. Are you shitting me? I'd have the Pope blowing a goat. Do you not know who you are? You probably never seen my show. Who are you kidding? And I defend Israel and Jewish people all the time on this show. I hate the fucking Palestinian West Bank terrorist horseshit. Oh my God, Suzanne, you should come back. But can I just say this, Suzanne? And I do. I always defend Jewish people and Israel, and they're a great ally over there. And a lot of my fans disagree with me there. They think, you run the planet and shit. And, I don't know why, sometimes I have. But what I'm saying is, as far as this video, the rap video, we put that on because it was a funny visual. Do you know what irony is? Because Hasidim, and by the way, I've even said nice thing about them because the family next to me when I lived in Beverly Hills was Hasidim. And I don't know how many times I said on the show, they used to mind their business, go to church every day, best neighbors in the world. So you couldn't be more wrong. We thought this was a funny visual. Why? Because Hasidic Jews would never sing crap like that. You get it? But it was a funny visual. They were bebopping to a joint that Rick Ross dropped back in the 90s. So we thought it was very funny. And as far as the Pope, are you shitting me? I'm not a religious person, you know that.
And everything is fair game.
Oh, yeah, I haven't made fun of priests molesting kids on this show ever. I got a feeling Suzanne might have tuned in for a week for me. And I suggest you come back. You're going to miss some good shit. I'm telling you. I got a chunk tomorrow. It's a nun with a turkey baster. And she's just watering flowers. Calm down.
Making a turkey.
Yeah, just basting her turkey, as we say. Where's the wife? Basting the turkey. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, Suzanne, whatever. There's just, you got no... And as far as, there's no line in comedy, honey, if you know me. There's no line. And that goes for anything. Whether it's a joke about me, hateful, if it's funny, it's funny. And so one thing I loved about Pete Davidson, his father died in the fucking 9/11 terror in the tower. He made a fucking joke about it on the roast. I went, bang, comedian. That's it. That's all I needed to hear. But anyway, Suzanne, I thank you anyways. I hope you sign up again. I need your shekels. You can't say that. I know, but I did. Let's move on. Oh, that was the other point I wanted to make with the Anti-Defamation League and stuff. There was a woman when I was in Vegas who came up to me, an older lady, and handed me an anti-defamation pen. And must have been a fan of mine. She was at the show. But I took it as two ways. Like, she's a fan of mine, but she might have saw something that bothered her on the show. But this was like a year ago. And I was wondering if that's Suzanne. But Suzanne, you can't sit here and laugh when I make fun of black people or whatever, trans, people with AIDS, cancer. It's what comedians do, number one. Number two, you can't laugh at that. Then when the gun's turned on your people, you got to get the fuck over that. I mean, I'm called a Nazi every friggin' day, like anybody else that has my political beliefs. So just lighten up, honey, will you? Seriously. Have a nice Manischewitz. Anyways, thank you, Suzanne. Anyways, hey guys, please take a moment and click the share button. to share today's episode with a friend, a coworker, a small pet, a couple of fat kids. Nothing helps this show grow as much as a Viagra and a word of mouth. And I thank all of you who have continued to let people know about us. It's spreading like the COVID variant. Anyways, what's the headline? Attention whores. So I'm saying attention whores. As you know, I have a theory about any young girl, doesn't even have to be young, any woman who's kind of pretty, has a nice rack, you know what I mean, who's kind of hot, has put themselves on. I've never seen, it's kind of a turnoff. Your generation, I don't know who I'm talking to, you women in your 20s, I've never seen a generation more in love with itself in my life. And I know what you're going to say, well, if you had selfies back when you would have been doing it. That's not how I was fucking raised. Don't get me wrong. I'd take my shirt off if I was drunk at an IHOP at 2 in the morning. I'm just saying, boy, do you guys love yourselves. It's amazing. So my theory is, anybody who's even a little bit hot as far as girls, use any excuse to put themselves on the internet. And I thought this was a great story. A British woman, I didn't even know they had women this hot in Britain. A British woman shared her disastrous experience of her plunging cleavage. Talk about a white problem. Stealing the show at her son's 7th birthday last month. And the hate, and again, the hate she's received because of it. Oh, God, it sounds so horrible. We put up that picture of...
Delicious.
Thank you.
Delicious.
Thank you.
That's her? That's the mom? Boy, she looks much younger there. Raquel de Curu. That's how you pronounce it. I called her last night. A 37-year-old mother from Kent hosted her son's birthday bash and later noticed that her chest was unintentionally put on display. What, did somebody knock you out and dress you for the party? After her sister-in-law filmed her lighting the candles on a birthday cake, she saw unintended cleavage appear in her purple dress in front of several rambunctious kids. 2 of the dads put the candles out, if you know what I mean. From 3 feet away. Ay, ay, ay. DeCruz shared the moment on TikTok, hilariously capturing it when you didn't realize your boobies were stealing the spotlight at your son's birthday party until you saw pics and vid later the next evening.
Shut up!
Come on!
Will you please shut up?
We're not dumb. We're not dumb. We're not dumb. Really. You put that on, you looked in the mirror like we all do before we leave the house. See, they've convinced themselves, just like us guys, convinced we're like, we're like the fucking god to some women or whatever. Ego. You can't help yourselves. If I had a rack like that too, I would do the same thing. That should be shared with the world, and it was. Don't backtrack. Seriously, be proud. Be proud. Look at the little kid trying to get a bite of cake. Anyways.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Okay.
People, calm the F down.
Pause. I decorated that cake last night like Tom Carvel on a Wednesday. Tuesday is fudgy whale night. Okay, let's sweetheart talk. I'm sorry.
What is so offensive or what is so wrong with cleavage? Huh?
Pause. Sweetheart, it's not about what's wrong with cleavage. She even asked a dumb question. Nothing wrong with cleavage. When you're at a party with whatever. Not a birthday party for your 7-year-old and I don't know. Am I sounding old here? Maybe, but I'm just saying. She's making it about cleavage. That's the thing now that, they since feminism took over, it's why be ashamed of your body? Put that clam right out there when you're bowling. You know what I mean? That's their take on it. You know what I mean? It's not offensive in the right context or whatever. Just don't pretend we're insulted. You're insulting our intelligence. We know why you put that out there, and you should be proud of it. Don't backpedal. Go ahead, sugar.
unbelievable that I had to crouch down to keep my son's candle alight because it was
that sounds
windy.
dirty.
We were outside having a picnic.
Keep my
Why
candle
is this
alight.
unbelievable? Why do you straight away think that I was looking for attention at my baby's
Pause.
birthday?
Same way. Why? Because you're doing a post video on it and talking about it for 8 minutes. That's why. Anything else?
Tea party. I don't judge if there's ladies that are like that.
here you
I'm not
go.
like that. I mean, of course, people like to judge people online. I found it hilarious. I found it absolutely funny.
No, you didn't. You didn't find it funny. Now she's a liar. Because you're rebutting. If you found it funny, you would have laughed it off and went on with your day. But you didn't, okay?
Liar, whore, and you know it.
I don't want to hear any more. That's enough of her. Adorable, no doubt about it. Where should I sit so I'm not right here? I don't. Okay. Anyways, there's the cake I decorated last night. However, viewers branded her as indecent. I wouldn't go that far, but I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I'm more upset at what her reaction to people's reaction. Not that she did. And claimed she was trying to find a husband with her outfit. Ooh, that's sexist. The mother of two she doesn't have a husband? The mother of two slammed her haters in a follow-up video declaring that none of the party guests noticed her reveal. What was the Culture Club there? Until she saw, what an old reference. She saw the video footage from the soiree later that night. It's like when people walk out of a toilet with paper hanging onto their shoe. It's funny. The assistant ability consultant. No, it's just the opposite of that. When somebody walks out of a men's room with paper on their shoe, it's a total accident. You got dressed in that. You know what I mean? I've never been in a men's room and go, oh, look at toilet paper with poop on it. I'll stick it on my boot, see if I can attract that hot chick on the red dress one. Dick Carew also looked, I keep talking like she's French. How about Dick Carew also looked back at the hateful comments she received after posting her TikTok, explaining they were angry and they thought it was outrageous. She just said,
It's not going to be long before you all kill yourselves because you're all crazy.
They were questioning what sort of person I was, if I was looking for a husband, DeCruz said, adding that she's happily married. Oh. The comments posted were mostly from men. However, she also had people defending her and telling the trolls to lighten up. And those were girls that have no teeth and weigh 409 pounds. Again, it's not the act, it's the cover-up. It's not the crime, and it wasn't a crime. For us, it was very pleasant. Anyways, we haven't talked about race in 3 seconds. See if I can bring that into the... this story's headline, Hi kids, today's letter begins with the letter N. Sesame Street. Kelly Rowland slammed Sesame Place's ridiculous apology after a viral video showed a performer appearing to ignore two black children. I'm still upset, Rowland told Entertainment Tonight. They talk about like she's a household name on Monday of the clip, which was taken at Sesame Place in Philadelphia and made the rounds on social media over the weekend. I was livid, she said.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Stunning woman, by the way. Holy moly. She was in, what's the big, Destiny's Child, whatever the fuck it was called. Anyways, this is Sesame's Place, I guess. Here comes a guy in the uniform, ping, ping. I broke this down like the Zapruder film. Like I mentioned early in the show, any little incident, you can take anything out of context and make it racial. This one's very hard to, why didn't he? But I'll tell you why he might not have been being racist. I don't know. It looked horrible. I'll give it, the optics are not good, as they say. And these girls are cute as hell. Go ahead.
I don't want to talk to you. Get away from me.
Oh, mama. Not good. Again. Can we run it back? Yep. Let me show you. Let me break this down a little, okay? And it did. It broke my heart. A little bit. Then I laughed. Watch. Right, pause. Right there. She waves off somebody else. I don't know if it's a guy or a woman. Waves off somebody else. I don't know if he thought he had to catch up with the rest of the parade, but you can't. You gotta be smarter than that. But it looked like he went like no more handshakes. I don't know. I was molested by Snuffleupagus when I was like 6, so I stay away from Sesame Place. But anyways, here you go. Not a good optic. I know, that made me kind of sad, you know. The mother of the two added, but this is my point. We got to turn this into a national headline. The mother of two added, did you see that ridiculous apology that they had when I saw this? It was an extension of what I grew up learning and loving about Sesame Street and Sesame Place. But I don't know what place this is that I saw.
I'm going to find out what the hell happened here.
I need a translator for that paragraph. It made two beautiful little girls feel like they were just not there. The Destiny's Child, that was a group, folks. Alum doubled down on her social media. She's probably a movie star, I don't know. Her social media comments she posted over the weekend telling Entertainment Tonight that she would have burned the place down. Well, I believe it. That's a good mature reaction for a mother and says so much about black parenting. This show's too honest. The mother of the two young girls released a statement on Instagram writing, "You fucking cracker-ass motherless..." No, said, "I want to thank each and every one of you for your kind words and support because this is a big thing to me, but it shouldn't be." She went on, "I am pissed off. Please believe I will not be quiet about this blatant disrespect by babies at Sesame Place. I'm not done yet," she says.
I say this calls for action, and now.
Sesame Workshop reached out to the mother of the two children and released a statement addressing the viral incident, saying, "Lighten up, bitch." And that's it. Sincerely, Jim Henson's cousin, Frank. "We have been in contact with Sesame Place, our licensed park partner, and they have assured us that they will conduct..." This isn't an apology. Conduct bias training and make everybody sit through bias training because fucking Oscar the Grouch or whatever it is. Anyways, conduct bias training and a thorough review of the ways in which they engage with families and guests. The statement read. Well, let me give you a little tip, Miss Rowland. Don't bring your kids to Times Square because you know how many kids have been molested and by fucking Big Bird and all these other. Remember we were reporting on that on this show? Sesame Place also issued a formal apology in which they claimed Rosita's dismissive... Oh, that's Rosita? That's what that puppet is? Dismissive gestures weren't meant specifically for the two girls and that the performer did not intentionally bypass them. Well, and again, I sort of believe it, but you have to... In this country, when it comes to this shit, we make them blow it up into a huge thing, and then you're forced to apologize, and that's why PC continues. But but can I just say this about the company Sesame Street? If that wasn't the puppet's intention, a Muppet, whatever, why don't you explain to what you think it was? Why don't you tell us? And maybe even Miss Rowland will agree. Just talk it out. But see, we go from 0 to 60. I'm tired of it. That's why I got a nice place in, you know what, Portugal. If you haven't yet ordered a Cameo from me and let me roast your pals, I really love doing these things. Just give me a little info about your friend, and I'll handle the rest. Anyway, Dallas is putting up the link here. Go there, and you can see some of the cameos I've done and order one for yourself. They're a lot of fun. Just zing your friends and whatnot, make a little video. Or just go to Cameo and search my name, okay? Okay. Finally tonight, killer ants. I'm not talking about hot broads. A family is suing a Texas nursing home for negligence after their relative was reportedly ravaged by red ants in the weeks leading up to her death. What a rotten world we live in.
Are you interested in the real story?
Well, of course. It's something out of a horror story Lisa Howard told KXAN of the incident involving her mother, Kathleen Laurel, who had been living at Brush County Nursing and Rehabilitation in Austin. Her beloved mom had allegedly passed away peacefully in her sleep, if you want to call screaming out in pain and shitting your pants peacefully, September 26th of 2020, after a battle with Alzheimer's disease, per her obituary. However, her final days may not have been so peaceful. 2 weeks before Laurel died, her family allegedly received word that the relative's room had been infested with red ants.
No! No, 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 no! No!
Wonder if Cuomo was involved. I went there as soon as I found out that day, and I actually spoke to the nurse that found her the night before. This is the daughter, Howard recalled. She added that the nurse who was pregnant tearfully recounted how she was the one taking the ants off my mother, and she was getting bitten as she was doing it. So you can imagine, here's a video, I guess.
Learned ants were found in their mom's bed at her Southwest Austin nursing home, Brush Country Nursing and Rehabilitation, and on her body.
It's completely unforgivable, and it's something out of a horror story.
If you see the pictures.
Pictures showing Kathleen's arms and legs covered in red welts and hives.
Pause. They don't say, but there's another part of the story they leave it out. She just came from a rave in London. But go ahead.
During medical treatment. That's
Named after the burning pain they cause, fire ant venom can induce potentially life-threatening anaphylactic reactions similar to bees and wasps. The red pests have been responsible for a spate of nursing home fatalities in the South over the... Really? I might go back home about 20 years. Including a 2020 incident in which a 56-year-old Arkansas nursing home resident died after fire ants were found swarming her body. Now, let me put my spin on this. You know who's taking care of old white people. Anyways, I'm just saying, maybe not intentionally, but they don't really. I mean, I've seen videos of old white people getting hit with bedpans and shit by, guys who used to work at Wendy's. Anyways, meanwhile, this past June, a Georgia court awarded $2.5 million to the family of a 92-year-old woman who died after getting stung repeatedly during an infestation at her assisted care center. The Howard family subsequently filed a lawsuit against Brush County Nursing and Rehabilitation, as well as its parent company, Dynasty Healthcare / Dead People Management. KXAN reported. Anyways, they're suing them. Of course you would. Counselor, my Grammy's covered in ants. Counselor, should they be there? That is it. It's just, again, is there anything going good in this country? Honestly, folks, I don't want to be in a nursing home. I really, I don't know. I saw my father. I don't. I seriously, this is how I want to go. I slip in the tub and smash my head. And or my wife hits me. It's just this cunt. Yeah, I guess we won't be using that joke. God damn it, it was a good one. All right, that's enough. I'm punchy. Don't forget to sign up at patreon.com and comicsgym.com and go to nickdip.com. And cameo.com. That's it. You guys, and we have, what is it, fans? What's it called? Shoutout.fans. It's a patriotic version of Cameo. That's it. You guys thinking I'll say it? Very welcome. We'll see you back here for the final day tomorrow. Have a good day.